In this episode, I'm joined by Leeza Hoyt, CEO of the Hoyt Organization. We talk about how public relations has evolved, why authentic communication matters more than ever, and what business leaders often get wrong about telling their story. Let's get into the show. Welcome, Leeza.
Good morning.
Hi. Thanks for being here.
Yes, I was excited about it.
Awesome. So, as I promised, I'll jump right into the questions. So, can you share a little bit about yourself, who you are, what you do, and about your company?
Sure, that's a loaded question. I'm Leeza Hoyt. I'm the president and CEO of the Hoyt Organization. We are an integrated communications company. We're over 25 years old. We're based in Los Angeles. We do international public relations, and we are the Los Angeles area partner of an organization called Public Relations Global Network, which means that we have partner agencies, 50 of them, located all around the world.
Great. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with integrated public relations. What is it exactly?
It's very confusing. I mean, it's funny you should say that because we have a group of students coming in today to celebrate a day in the life of public relations. Well, nobody knows what public relations is anymore. Is it media relations? Is it digital? Is it video? Is it internet based? Nobody knows. So what we try and do is define it for every project that we do. The reality of it is when people come to us, they're not wanting to do public relations or digital media. They're wanting to solve a challenge. So what we focus on is figuring out what that problem actually is or what are they trying to accomplish? And then we put together a program that actually makes that happen. What are we going to bring to the table to solve that problem for the client? They don't really care what we call it.
Hmm. Okay, that's very cool. I mean, like it sounds like it's a lot of different things that cater to your client needs.
It is. It's one and everything. We just had a conversation this morning to debrief on a program that we did for downtown Santa Monica last year, and we're presenting it to the students so that they can get more of a firsthand look at what it means to be in the communications industry. It's not just writing a press release. First of all, I don't that's a little old school at this point, but in order to do a good job, you have to understand what the problem is. So when we met with downtown Santa Monica, they kept saying we need to change the attitude of our area. We need to shift the conversation to a more positive manner. And as we began to unfold the conversation, what they really wanted to do was get the vacant stores leased after COVID.
Oh,
So it really had nothing to do with shifting perception. It was an economic driver. The underlying problem was the conversation that was happening because guess what? Nobody wanted to go to the area because everybody was hearing about crime and homeless and all this kind of stuff. So what we did is we put together a program that actually shifted the conversation. And what our team did was every time an article ran on Santa Monica that was a negative comment,
hmm.
we went after the reporter. We invited them down for walkthroughs. We created a campaign that literally got over 300 commercial real estate brokers to visit Santa Monica so
Hmm.
that they could see how the changes were happening. And now, literally, they're at 80% leased several years later. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're because of this, they were able to bring in really cutting edge technology clients. Google rented a storefront there. They've got a digital workout studio there. They've got a paint studio. Uh, they have Holy Moly Golf. So they were able to bring in companies that were attracted to that area because we created the perception that yes, there's homeless everywhere. It's not just Santa Monica. So we created a very dedicated program that took after everybody who repeated the same old stuff that had been done years before and got people to come back into the area and visit it and see how the metamorphosis was taking place.
That sounds amazing, and I'm sure that was super rewarding.
It really was, because we actually were able to revitalize an area after COVID that had literally gone dark, as had every other city in our country. So it wasn't just relegated to Santa Monica.
That sounds great. And what? So I'm curious about your journey. What inspired to start your company, and how did you get into your current role?
Gosh, that's a bit of a story. I went to USC, and I was a journalism major at the time, and I had to declare a major. So I went into journalism. The reason I went into journalism is because I really didn't think I was good at anything else. I didn't want to be an engineer. I wasn't involved. I didn't want to go into accounting. That was just way over my head. And it seemed like public relations was an area that I could actually excel at and make changes, make a difference. And so I signed up. I was raised in a family with a single mom. I had 4 years to get through college. That was it. After that, it was on me. And I sat down with the advisor and realized that if I went into public relations, I could make it. So that's actually what
How is that?
started my
Yeah.
journey.
Oh wow. And then like fast because now I think 25 plus years of your company. And I'm sure that's been a I mean, did you start by on your own, or did you had a
Gosh,
partner,
yeah.
or how did you? Yeah.
I had an in-house position with a law firm that I loved. I went to work for I went back to school at night and got my MBA because I thought that would be helpful to get a
Mhm.
seat at the table, which it was. And I
Mhm.
went to work for a financial investor relations company. It was a small agency. They're about the size that we are now. They had 10 people in the company, and the three founders were all men. And I
Mm.
thought, okay, I'm never going to go anywhere here. And I had one of my old clients call me up and say, "Hey, we want you to represent us." And so I went into my boss and I said, "I can open up a studio for you." And he goes, "That's great, but we don't want one." So I went back to my client and I said, "Gee, we can't represent you. I'm so sorry." And he goes, "Well, why don't you do it on your own?" And I had the same reaction that you did. I went, "Oh, I never thought of that."
Yeah.
And I was dating an attorney at the time who later became one of my clients. And he said, "Well, what would happen if you took this client on?" It was a big architectural studio, and they fired you. And I
Mhm.
thought, "Oh my God, I'd have to go get a job." And he goes, "Well, that's what you've got now." And I thought, "Ah." And he said, "Look, you're at a stage of your life. You don't have children. You don't have a lot of bills. You can pay rent. You don't owe money on your car." I had an old car. He said, "Now's the time. If you're going to do it, do it." And so I did. I wrote up the proposal and I thought, well, they're never going to hire me. And then they did. So it's like, oh, I guess I'm going to do this. So I went out on my own. I also had written my thesis, ironically, for my MBA was how to start a PR company.
Mm.
I
Wow.
actually had done the roadmap, never intending to do it. And then circumstances became so that I said, okay. So I did, and that was over 25 years ago. And today we're a group of 10. We survived COVID. That in itself is amazing. And we
Yes.
are moving forward. We opened up a digital studio. We're doing SEO. We're leaning heavily into AI and doing conferences for our clients on how to use AI ethically, helping them with statements,
Mhm.
all that kind of good stuff. So it's an industry that continues to evolve, and it will continue to expand and evolve. And anybody who tells you that they're not doing communications, they're lying.
Yeah. Yeah. That sounds amazing, and congrats on your journey and the success.
It's been a road. It's been a
Yeah.
road.
Yeah, and it's interesting that I've interviewed a bunch of different business owners and then web entrepreneurs,
Huh?
and you would think that they had a plan to start it. I mean, sometimes they do, but a lot of times it's like that. I mean, for me, I was like that too. It's like it's just accidental happening.
The
I was like,
accidental entrepreneur.
right,
That's
yeah, and
exactly
then
what it is.
yeah, and then they actually tend to stick together and then stick to it and then be more successful. And I was like, yeah, so it's a very different story and very unique story.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and I've run into a lot of accidental entrepreneurs.
Yeah,
Well,
likewise.
they're bright, they're fun, we love hanging out with them.
Yeah. And then, like you said, they're open to like all these things are changing. They're open to explore what other opportunities that comes to their mind or comes to their situation.
100%.
Mhm.
But you need
Um,
to be that way.
right. Yeah.
Those are the kind of people I want in my world. They're the people that say yes.
Yes. Yes. I can't agree more on that
Yeah.
one.
Case in point, I have a girlfriend of mine, and I know no matter what I call her with, "Hey, do you wanna go do fill in the blank?" And she'll go, "Yes." She doesn't say, "Oh, I gotta look at my calendar. Oh, I gotta check with my boyfriend." She says, "Yes." And then I know we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Those are the
Yeah.
kind of people that you want in your life.
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Uh,
you'll end up doing things you never thought you were gonna do.
yeah. Yeah. And that's like, that's more exciting part of life, I feel like.
100%. And you only get one life.
Yes. I think this might be a little different, well, challenging question maybe because you said that you cater to like it's so different. Communication is so broad and everyone needs it. So it really depends on how you, depending on the client, it seems like it's changing a lot. But I don't know if there's any common pain points. So if there are, what are the most common pain points you see your clients struggling with, and how do you help them as a unique perspective or like any competitive advantage you have that you deliver to them?
I think one of the key competitive advantages that we bring to is a different viewpoint.
Mm.
And across the board, almost every client that I talk to, they think they know how to explain what they're doing, but the reality of it is they already know how they're doing whatever it is their industry is. And it's very helpful for them to have an outside perspective, give their roadmap a new meaning, or put it in language that general people actually can understand. So we become a translator of some sorts. What is the goal? Where are you trying to go? And then we figure out what tactics to use to make that happen. Many of them they haven't even thought of.
Yeah. Yeah. That's actually a very great point that because for my agency, we're a very technology heavy company. So we're technology only agencies. Well, both my co-founder and I are technical. So we have technical backgrounds. And I think at one point we're looking at our website and thinking that because that's the language that we speak to all the time and didn't realize, is this something that anyone will understand? Someone who doesn't have technical background. Are we speaking the right language? So we ended up hiring people we want to make sure that we're not being too technical on all the languages they're putting on our site. So we went through that and then I realized like how much that we were just even like the little things I thought it would be very common for people
Not.
technical can understand, but it was no, yeah, exactly. I was like, it was like an eye-opening moment for me and probably for my co-founder too. We're like, really? That too? And I was like, we're so used to speaking our own language. We didn't know how to communicate to the non-technical people or like broader general audience.
Yes, 100%. And you got to put that hat on and go, can somebody uh, at a conference that's not related to the technical industry that you're in actually understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Or do they
Exactly.
think I'm speaking, Hebrew and I'm actually speaking Spanish when in fact what I really want to do is connect in English?
Yes.
So it's a whole different ball game of how you interpret what you do and how you communicate it.
Yeah, that's totally true. Um, I met through the Forbes Agency Council. I found you from there, actually. So I don't know how many different communities, business communities you have been in, and I wanted to see like, did you for like communities like Forbes Council or other business communities you involved in, did that help you grow? In what way?
100%. Well, first of all, Forbes itself is a brand that's very well respected. It's globally known. It has a lot of benefits just by being a part of that community. And second of all, when you brand layer your brand with a brand like Forbes that's already well respected for thought leadership, people who are moving forward, doing the best in their industry, the brand layering effect is exponential. The other thing is, to your point, when you reached out to me, it's like, oh, okay, I know how she got a hold of me. I know you're credible. I know you know what you're doing. You're going to cut through the clutter. And guess what? I responded almost immediately.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
think that's the advantage of doing the brand layering with Forbes Council.
That's a good word. I can use that. I'm gonna copy that word and then use it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this
You
is
want
my
to be
favorite.
connected with other brands that are likable just like yours.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
mirroring effect.
Right. Yeah. And then I met so many different amazing people through this. So like this has been very, very rewarding and exciting.
100%. So here's a test. I'm going to give you a test. The next time you go to a conference and then report back to all of us here on the podcast,
Yes.
the next time you go to a conference, pick somebody that you don't know, go up, introduce yourself, and practice the art of mirroring. And what that means is when you're having a conversation, follow their voice pattern and follow how they put together the sentences and see how engaging that becomes because they will automatically be more inclined to talk to you. They'll be more attracted to you because you're mirroring their style of communication. So they will automatically feel more comfortable around you.
Wow. I definitely, well, not even a conference. I'm actually going to do that next time I have a different meeting with the person I never met.
Yeah,
It's
try
very,
it
yeah.
and you can perfect it. And it's the art of persuasion. They will automatically feel more comfortable around you because you were communicating in the same style that they are.
That's amazing. There's a saying that like when you learn a new thing, something that you never know, like you get a new crack in your brain. I felt like I
Geez.
just had that.
All right, I'm going to hold on to mine.
So like I don't know, it's like it's real, but I think that Einstein has like he has more cracks on his brain, so it's like a very wrinkly. That's because he got so many different knowledge that he outside, and then every time they did it, it cracked it. I don't know if it's true or not, but I've just felt like that moment happened.
Well, next time I'm looking at my brain, I'll look for those. It just makes the conversations more engaging.
Yes, yes, but I definitely agree because like it makes sense. So I definitely want to try that, and then and
Report
improve
back.
the skill. Yes, yes, I will that. I'll do that. So my favorite quick question of the day: what
Sure.
would you say is the one skill that is absolutely essential for business owners, leaders, or entrepreneurs?
Excitement. Excitement. You have to be willing to fail.
Mm,
One of the trainings that I'm working on with our team here, we're doing it today actually, giving everybody a speaking role. I
mm,
want them to feel the energy in the room and learn how to move it in the direction that they're heading in. And part of that is you have to have excitement because otherwise, why does anybody want to hang out with you? If you're not passionate about what you do, why are you in the room?
mhm.
So, passion for what you do, even if you're wrong,
Yeah.
because guess what? That's a learning opportunity. You have to have a thirst for knowledge and you have to be willing to fail
Mm,
because
yeah.
guess what? That's how you learn.
Yes. Yes.
So learn, which means that you can't always be successful. And when you framework it that way, the team that you're motivating goes, oh, okay, so I'm not going to get fired if I fail. Give them an opportunity to learn where they feel like they're doing new and exciting things every week.
Mhm.
They'll be engaged. And that's how you want your company to be known for.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. So, where can people learn more about you and connect with your work?
Gosh, our website, hoytorg.com, hoytorg.com. I'm on LinkedIn under Leeza Hoyt. Uh, all kinds of things. You can Google the Hoyt Organization. All our stuff pulls up.
Yeah. And I'll definitely put those links into our show note when we publish
That would be
this.
great.
Yeah. And oh, so this was very enlightening moment for me. I learned a lot just in a short conversation like this.
Great.
Um, yeah. Anything that you want to add before we depart?
Practice kindness. I found that in the world today, you never know what people are handling in their own life, whatever it might be. And particularly in LA, if you're driving on the freeway and a car cuts in front of you, in your mind, say, let them go in front of me. They may have an emergency they need to take care of. Bless you. I hope you get there on time. And it shifts your mindset. It becomes a more peaceful drive, and you wish other people well. And I think, given the world that we're living in right now, kindness is critical.
Well, thank you so much for your time again, Lisa.
You're very welcome. Let me know if there's anything else I can do for you.
Thanks.
You're welcome.